YouTube channel. As I mentioned on my last video, I was going to show you guys how to do a unicorn cake, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get started on that. First, I'm going to go ahead and show you what you're going to need to do the unicorn cake. So we're going to need a bench scraper. I got these sprinkles. They're white sugar pearl sprinkles, scissors. This is a fondant cutter for the eyelashes of the unicorn. And then you need a offset spatula, a fondant roller. You need a wooden dowel rod and plastic dowel rods, and then a brush, and then your prepared buttercream, whatever color of you're choosing. And then what I'm using today is tip number 12 on these three, or tip number 12, and then I'm also going to use tip number 21 that I'm going to replace these with later on. And then also I already have prepared my buttercream in 3 different colors, which I put in this bag here. And on my last video, if you'd like to know how to do this, you can go ahead and watch my last video, and I'll show you, and I show you on there how to do that. And on this one, I have tip number 1M. And then I also have white buttercream. I have a heart-shaped cookie cutter. I have luster dust. I have some alcohol, which we're gonna use, but it does evaporate, so it's safe for the kids to eat. And then also I have this empty container here. And then I have some powdered sugar just for dusting. I have some gum paste. I have yellow, white, black, and pink. And then of course the cakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to assemble the cakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my cake boards. I'm gonna put a little bit of buttercream frosting right on here just to keep it on the cake board. I'm gonna alternate the flavors, so I'm gonna do chocolate first. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some buttercream in there and smooth that out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my vanilla next. Some more frosting on there. Alright, and I'm using my chocolate flavor. And this I actually put upside down, so this is the bottom part of the cake. Just making sure that this is even. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So next I'm going to use my plastic dowel rods, which I'm going to use to help me stabilize the cake, so when I frost it, it doesn't wiggle around too much. So I insert it in here, and then I have to make sure that I cut right where it ends here. And then just push it right in, and then you can do the next one. Alright, and there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a thin layer of buttercream frosting. And this is going to be my crumb coat. So that helps the crumbs stay in place and not be all over your frosting. So that's why I'm doing this layer first. And then after this, I will go ahead and put my cake in the freezer for about 10 minutes to help it set. So we'll go ahead and push some of this down to go around the edges here. Like I said, this is a crumb coat, so don't worry if you get crumbs on your buttercream frosting. So that's the reason why we're doing this, so you won't get it on the last coat that you're going to put on here. Just go all the way around, just try to smooth it out as best as you can. And then for the top, you just go, inward. And bring it over to the center, and just go around one more time here. Alright, so this is my crumb coat, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer, like I said, for about 10 minutes. And then I'll be back to show you guys the next step. Alright, so now my cake has been in the freezer for 10 minutes, and it's ready to get the last coat of frosting. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my purple frosting. And I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom. I go all the way around while I'm spinning my turning table here. Just gonna go around one more time. I probably can use 3 actually. I'm gonna go ahead and do 3. Okay, now next one I'm gonna use the blue. And the pink one next. Now for the pink, I'm gonna go ahead and put that also on the top, so I'm gonna continue this. Go all the way around here. Okay, so for the spaces here that I see that are open there, I'm gonna go ahead and just fill those in. Okay, so now that I have filled in all my spaces, I'm gonna go ahead and smooth everything out. I'm using the bench scraper. Go ahead and put this against the cake board and then against the cake. Make sure you keep it straight as you're spinning the turning table. You can do this slowly or as fast as you can. Go around it one more time. Try to smooth out some of those spaces there. Okay, so I feel pretty comfortable with this. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth the top part now. And for the top part, I'm gonna use my offset spatula. I'm gonna bring the icing towards the center. And just go around, just smooth that out. So I smoothed out my cake as best as I could. Now we're gonna go ahead and start doing the rosettes, which will be the hair for the unicorn. And this is the multicolored buttercream. Alright, so this is my frosted cake and I smoothed it out and I'm pretty comfortable with how it is now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the hair. So I'm gonna do the rosettes and this is gonna be the front of the cake. I'm gonna pipe one here on the front. Go ahead and go around like this. And then just keep going around, just randomly. And don't worry about any spaces, because we're gonna go ahead and go back and fill those in a minute. Okay, so that's the rosettes that I put on the cake as the hair of the unicorn. And I am gonna go ahead and fill some of these spots in as well. So now I have these piping bags with tip number 21. So I'm just gonna put like dollops of icing, just randomly. I switch colors. I'm gonna use purple as well. Alright, so that's the hair of the unicorn. Now I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, so next I have my black gum paste and I'm going to add some powdered sugar. And then also I'm adding some powdered sugar onto my fondant roller to keep the gum paste from sticking on here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and knead this to make it softer. And I'm rolling it into a ball. And then just go ahead and roll it with my fondant roller. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the eyelashes. I ordered these off of Amazon. Okay. And you can use a toothpick to take those out of there. Okay, just like that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put the eyelashes on the cake. So I want one right about here. Next I'm going to go ahead and do the unicorn one. So I'm grabbing my yellow gum paste. Also going to knead this to make it softer. The reason why I'm using gum paste is because this isn't as soft as the fondant is. and it holds up better. So that's pretty soft. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll it. You have to roll it pretty long. I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so this right here is about 19 inches long. And I'm using the wooden rod, which is about 12 inches. So on the wooden rod, I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping the gum paste around it. But you have to leave about 4 inches. 3 to 4 inches should be fine. You're gonna start wrapping it on here. Okay. And then you can actually go down if you don't have any more left. Just keep twisting the top here until it's a little thinner than the bottom, like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some of this off since it's pretty long, so maybe leave about 4 inches. And so I'm gonna go ahead and clip off the excess. And the scissors I'm using, I believe they're Twigs cutters. All right, so the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and make a paint out of this luster dust. So just put a little bit of luster dust. And then some alcohol and just a little bit of this. Okay, and then you mix it. And it's still a little thick for me, so I'll go ahead and add a little more. All right, so that's about the consistency that you want. The paint onto the unicorn horn. Okay, so I finished my unicorn horn. I finished painting it, so I'm gonna go ahead and insert it into the cake. So right in the center, so these are the eyelashes, this is the front, so I'm gonna insert it right in the middle there. All right, so next are the ears. So let me go ahead and show you how to do those. So now I have my pink and my white gum paste and my heart-shaped cookie cutter. And again, the fondant roller. So I'm gonna need this one also to make it softer. Okay, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on here. And on my fondant roller, I'll go ahead and roll it out. Okay, that should be good. And then I'm gonna roll this one out. Well, first I'm gonna knead it, sorry. Okay, so that's about the thickness you want. I'm gonna go ahead and cut 2 of these out. Okay, and then for the pink part, I'm only gonna cut about half the heart, but I'm using the bottom half, the pointed side. Okay, so here I have some water that I'm gonna use as a glue. I'm gonna go ahead and brush some on. And the hearts are upside down, as you can see that. Brush some on this side as well. And then I'm gonna attach this part with the pointed side facing the other pointed edge there. And then I'm folding this side of the heart just like that. So this will be the ear. And same with this side. Go ahead and put them on the cake. And I did already add some pearls, as you can see that. But you can just add those randomly. I didn't add any back here, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've already added all my pearls. Okay, and then with the ears, I really don't like the part here that you can see some of the white. So I'm gonna go ahead and pipe some of this frosting on here, just to cover that up a little bit. All right, so that's good right there. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe the board, or the cake boards here. You see how you can see some buttercream on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that off. All right, so this is a finished cake. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you guys have any questions or any comments, you can comment below, and please like and subscribe for more videos. and I hope to see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.